salons opening their doors. Is this the new normal?
We are checking temperatures.
The precautions in place in businesses across the country.
We will call them from their car to bring them in one at a time.
Even as others urge Americans need to stay the course and stay home. Plus the hopeful signs in New York.
Comment cleanup. President Trump responding to growing backlash after floating an idea that injecting disinfectant might help treat COVID-19.
No, I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you just to see what would happen.
Health experts and Dr. Deborah Birx weighing in this morning.
Helping Hand.
That milk will be gone by tomorrow.
The overwhelming demand at food banks as a growing number of Americans struggle to put food on the table.
There's a lot of working poor families that are on the edge, and now the COVID-19 crisis has pushed them over that edge.
With some food banks now dealing with their own shortages.
College concerns, high school seniors wondering whether their freshman year will be online, now considering taking a gap year. Is it right for your student?
And Romeo on the fire escape. Love igniting this passionate scene with the whole block cheering. Why he picked this moment and what the bride-to-be says about this very public proposal.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
And good morning, everybody. It's great to have you with us on this Saturday. I'm glad to be back in the studio with Evo. We were just talking. It's been like a month since I've seen you face to face.
I know. Like, does it feel weird for you to be back here now?
It feels a little weird, but it's good to be back. And we're doing this rotation, doing our part to social distance. So it's Dan's turn now, working remotely. Dan, good morning to you.
Good morning to both of you. I, of course, miss both of you. But, Whit, as you know, when you're anchoring from home, the commute, it's pretty sweet. It's almost as convenient as it is for Rob Marciano, who I believe is going to be doing the weather from his backyard this morning. That is coming up. But, of course, we want to start here with the latest on the pandemic. Some businesses in Georgia reopening with more to come.
Yeah, those restrictions being lifted in some states. Even as cases continue to rise across the country, there are more than 51,000 deaths. The number of confirmed cases in the U.S. tops 900,000, with nearly 100,000 recovered. A report from House Democrats claims the FDA is not doing enough to review and regulate the wave of new antibody tests on the market that could determine how and when the economy reopens.
And as the debate continues about lifting stay-at-home orders, states like Georgia and Oklahoma are slowly allowing businesses to reopen. We have team coverage from New York City to Washington, D.C. First, let's go to Trevor Ault in New York with the very latest. Trevor, good morning.
Whit, good morning. The United States is really weathering this pandemic and an economic crisis at the same time. And as several states now start to reopen some of their businesses, many of these workers say they feel they're having to choose between their safety and their financial security.
This morning for businesses in a growing number of states, it's time to go back to work. In Georgia, gyms, beauty shops, and hair salons opening their doors, but business is far from usual.
We are checking temperatures. We're making sure that clients fill out a questionnaire before we perform any type of services on them, making sure that the hands are washed.
Many workers like Regina Herschel say they know the threat of COVID-19 hasn't gone away, but in an economic crisis, she felt like she had no choice.
If we don't work, we'll be homeless or hungry, and that's not possible, so we got to take this risk.
Others, though, making the tough decision to keep their doors closed. Cynthia Walker could reopen her restaurant Monday, but says she's choosing to remain takeout only even as she faces bankruptcy.
Plain, simple, common sense that I grew up with says, hey, we can't do this. If people are sick and people are dying.
Other states are beginning to welcome back businesses as well. In Texas, retail stores now offering curbside pickup or to-go orders.
We are here at the store. Customers are pulling in.
And in Oklahoma, personal care businesses can now take appointments as they take extensive precautions.
We will call them from their car to bring them in one at a time.
Oklahoma City's mayor feels the state is moving far too fast and people's lives are at stake.
I recognize that I would always have mixed emotions because until there is a vaccine or a treatment, there simply is no right answer.
South Carolina, Illinois, Indiana, and Alaska have all also allowed some of their businesses to reopen too, with at least 9 more states expected to join them as their stay-at-home orders expire in the coming week.
We're opening our country. It's very exciting to see.
In California, record heat near Los Angeles bringing packed crowds to beaches. But with the virus still lingering, a number of states say it's still far too great a risk to start the reopening process. Overnight in Massachusetts, almost 5,000 new positive test results caused by a surge in cases and a reporting error corrected by a private lab. In New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo says the evidence continues to show his state is on the downside of the curve, but it's still logging more than 1,000 new cases every day.
Number of lives lost is still heartbreaking news, 422. Again, this is at an unimaginable level, and it's dropping somewhat, but it's still devastating news.
And on the front lines, healthcare workers still going face-to-face with the virus. Dr. Zevi Hamburger fought through COVID-19 himself. The anesthesiologist and father of 3 now donating his plasma and volunteering to be on the rapid response team.
When we're done with this crisis, when we've won, I have a lot of hope. I think that this is going to make us come out a lot stronger, and I really look forward to what the future brings.
And a positive sign coming here in New York. Officials say this Navy hospital ship, the Comfort, is no longer needed to treat an overflow of patients. They're going to finish treating the less than 30 patients they still have on board right now, but then later this week, it will finally depart. Whit.
All right, Trevor Ault, our thanks to you. Joining us now is the mayor of Oklahoma City, David Holt. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I want to jump right to it here. You gave an emotional press conference yesterday. We just heard part of that in Trevor's story. You appear to be conflicted on some level about reopening your city. Why is that?
Well, I don't think I'm ever going to feel good about entering this next phase. We have 2 things in tension with each other. One is that you have a virus that doesn't have a vaccine or a proven treatment. And the other is the reality that I know we cannot shelter in place for 2 full years. And so how do you reconcile that? And I think we're all policymakers around the country. We're all just trying to muddle through and find the best path forward that represents a middle ground, recognizes realities, but still prioritizes life.
That conflict over lives and livelihoods, there's suffering on both sides, no question about it. But I do wonder, though, Mayor, is there a better way? How would you prefer to go about doing this, allowing businesses to reopen in Oklahoma City?
I think my gut says the date would have been a little later. But, having said that, I understand there's a date out there somewhere. I think what we will try to do to make the best of this date is to put a lot of conditions on these openings, and make sure there are requirements in my community and conditions that are obviously, strict protocols for social distancing, strict protocols for sanitation, because a lot of the things that we're opening on May 1st are some of the highest risk activities that you can have. So we're going to try to make the best of it. Given no external factors, we might have picked a little later date.
Have you spoken to the governor directly about your misgivings?
He kept us in the loop as he was, creating this plan, and I appreciate that. It's very important that we have communication as we move through this public health crisis together. I was very clear with him. Some of the things he wanted to open were actually yesterday on the 24th, and I could not have been more clear that we were not going to do that in Oklahoma City, and we did not consider that to be wise. I want to be very clear, though, that, nobody, if you think May 1st is the date, you're not an evil person, and you're a great person if you think May 6th is the date. We are all trying our best to figure out the right path here. But we are not in a surge right now in Oklahoma City. But I did make very clear in my remarks Friday, though, however, that we're going to be watching that data, and May 1st is still a week out. I get that business owners need notice, and we wanted to give that to them, but that forces us to make decisions, a week before the actual opening. And we will change course here in Oklahoma City, and I think we'd have the support of everybody in the other communities and the governor as well if that data really shifted over the next week.
Mayor Holt, we're wishing you and your city the very best during these difficult times. Thank you so much for speaking with us this morning.
Thank you. Be well.
All right. Dan, over to you.
Whit, thank you. President Trump is pushing back against criticism over his controversial comments about people possibly using disinfectants to treat this virus. Those comments prompting a whole spate of public health warnings telling people not to use household disinfectants. ABC's Rachel Scott is on the story from Washington. Rachel, good morning to you.
Dan, good morning. Health experts were quick to push back on this. The president now says he was being sarcastic, but Maryland's emergency hotline says it received more than 100 calls with questions about disinfectant use. Officials across the country and even the maker of Lysol weighing in to send a stern warning to Americans.
Great nation. President Trump ended his coronavirus press briefing without taking questions, walking away from reporters amid growing backlash. A day earlier, he floated this idea that injecting disinfectant might help treat COVID-19.
And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning?
The president made that suggestion while commenting on new research by DHS showing disinfectants and sunlight killed the virus quickly on surfaces.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it.
But federal labs are not considering using injections of disinfectant as a treatment for COVID patients. And health experts were swift to push back, warning consuming household cleaners is dangerous. Even the parent company of Lysol cautioned, under no circumstance should our disinfectant products be administered into the human body. The White House press secretary says the president's comments were taken out of context. The president told reporters he was being sarcastic.
I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you just to see what would happen.
And Dr. Deborah Birx offered this explanation.
When he gets new information, he likes to talk that through out loud and really have that dialogue. And so that's what dialogue he was having.
All right, Rachel Scott is back live with us now from Washington. Rachel, the FDA just issued a new warning about the use of hydroxychloroquine, that medication that the president has touted repeatedly for possibly treating COVID-19. What are you learning about that?
Yeah, this is a drug the president has promoted repeatedly. He said it could be a game changer. Now the FDA is warning it may cause serious heart problems, telling Americans not to use it to treat COVID-19 out of a hospital setting or clinical trial. The FDA also making it clear the drug has not been proven to be safe or effective for treating the virus. Whit?
All right, Rachel Scott for us once again in Washington. Thank you. Eva?
Well, the Navy's top admiral is now calling for the captain of the USS Roosevelt to be reinstated after he was fired just weeks ago following a plea for more help against the coronavirus. Captain Brett Crozier was fired by the Navy's former acting secretary Thomas Modly, who has since resigned. Defense Secretary Mark Esper is said to be reviewing the matter, but we're told he has not made a final decision.
As families all over the country deal with a food crisis, food banks are helping to fill the void. New efforts are now underway to help bridge the gap between farmers who have excess product and families desperate for help. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in the Bronx, where an important shipment is expected to arrive this morning. Stephanie, good morning to you.
Hey, Whit, good morning. Many people across the country are leaving their homes and spending hours in line waiting to pick up that donated food. The demand is so high at these food banks. This distribution center here in the Bronx is expected to receive 43,000 pounds of donated food to feed 5,000 families in this area. This morning, families across the country are turning to food banks for help. Hundreds of cars lining the streets, people waiting for hours in hopes of getting food. Some seeking help for the very first time.
I just had to get past those feelings of shame and know that, I was doing it for my family. I just made some fajitas today that we got from the food bank.
Erica Aguirre Campos, a recently divorced mother of 3, lost a third of her income after her ex-husband lost his job. She's struggling to work from home while he homeschools the kids.
We are running low on milk. That milk will be gone by tomorrow.
What is the worst case scenario? Like, what if I can't pick up food?
Erica and her family aren't alone.
I'm still waiting for my unemployment to kick in, so it'll keep us afloat.
According to the Department of Labor, 26.4 million Americans have filed for unemployment in the past 5 weeks, and the food banks themselves are now facing their own shortages.
Normally, the food bank would feed about 60,000 people a week. That number jumped to 120,000 people a week. There's a lot of working poor families that are on the edge, and now the COVID-19 crisis has pushed them over that edge.
The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank says their 2 distribution centers have handed out 73% more food compared to the first 2 months of 2020 and this time last year. Many, like Erica and her family, are grateful for the help as she and millions of Americans try to manage.
Thank you to all those people, and please continue to donate to your community food bank.
The food being dropped off here this morning is all thanks to a group of friends who watched a story on our broadcast World News Tonight about vegetable crop and other food going bad. They figured it out, they organized, and are bringing this farm fresh food to empty food banks across New York City. And one of those delivery trucks is already here, Eva.
That's food that so many families need this morning. Stephanie Ramos, thank you. Well, a single act of generosity is having a huge impact. Sharon and Dennis Runke are farmers from Kansas. They saw what was going on in New York, and they sent the one mask they had to Governor Cuomo of New York to give to a healthcare worker.
Well, we are not, we don't know anybody in New York. So when my husband did this, it was because we had been talking about what was going on in New York and how bad we felt. We wished we could do something for them. It wasn't, we didn't do it for recognition or anything like that.
And the letter they sent even said they didn't expect Governor Cuomo would even read the letter. Governor Cuomo saying this act of generosity makes up for a lot of the ugliness we see.
Absolutely.
A moment that really touched a lot of people.
And you can see the governor was so moved by it. He wanted to bring it up in that press conference. So many people have responded offering help to New York. And the governor said New York will pay them back and will offer resources to other places as well. All right, let's get a check of the forecast. Rob Marciano is joining us this morning from Westchester County, New York. And Rob, good to see you. The big question is this morning, front yard or backyard?
That's what I was wondering.
We decided to take the game plan to the backyard. Actually, I'm standing in a spot that you may be familiar with. I think this is where we took our birthday picture last summer. Of course, if you don't know, Whit and I celebrate the same birthday, and this is where old school, new school got together.
And Whit also uses your pool when you're out of town.
That's right. Well, yeah, when Rob's on road trips, I use the pool.
Yeah, he takes care of the family. I appreciate that, I think. Let's show you some video out of Texas. There were 3 tornadoes that touched down yesterday. Not a whole lot of damage, thankfully, but severe weather and some flash flooding across parts of Kansas. Wichita, Kansas, getting a heavy rain. And this system has a lot of heavy rain with it as it progresses east. We do have a severe weather threat in the Tennessee Valley. I think Knoxville, Nashville, Chattanooga, you have things to worry about this afternoon. Also the high country, the Carolinas, but heavy rain from St. Louis through northern Illinois, Chicago. You'll get wet. This will spin up through the Ohio River Valley and eventually spiral into the northeast here tomorrow. D.C., Philly, New York, Boston, all with another shot of heavy rain, 2 to 3 inches potentially, and maybe some snow across parts of northern New England. End of April. There you go. All right, let's check what's happening nationally. It's time now for a look at your local forecast.
Well, hello and good morning, Washington. Meteorologist Alex Liggett here. A little bit of sunshine out there this morning, but we will see the clouds really increase through the day. Highs into the low and mid 60s. There's a chance for a couple of showers closer to sunset tonight, but a much better chance overnight and into your Sunday. For your Sunday, we will have the added clouds, the showers, possibly heavy at times in the morning, possibly even some isolated rumbles of thunder. Cool to start next week. Next chance for rain Wednesday and Thursday. We'll have the very latest on Good Morning Washington, hour-long show at 8.
Have to wait for.
Yes, thank you.
Well, day 3 of the NFL draft is just a few hours away, and we're learning more about what sets the newest class of pro athletes apart, both on and off the field. Janae Norman joins us now from home with more on that. Good morning, Janae.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, the pandemic has essentially put sports on hold, but it hasn't stopped the NFL draft, capturing audiences for 2 nights now. And as much as it's about football on the field, it's always those off the field stories that really stand out.
Overnight, night 2 of the